everyone, it's Maths, and my fancy board has disappeared. I'm sorry, I just didn't have the time to edit it, but instead I found this, which is actually better than a fancy board. It's an actual clock. You see, clocks are brilliant things, and actually I've made sure I've got one that's got a red hand and a green hand, although mine are the opposite way around. I think what we've been learning with a red hand for the hours and a green hand for the minute. But the obvious hint is not all clocks have green and red hands. It's all about the length. The longer hand is the minute hand and the shorter hand is the hour hand. Easy way to remember that is minute is the longer word, hour is the shorter word. Don't think of it as minute is the longer time though, because an hour is longer than a minute when it comes to time. So don't get confused by the length of hands and the length of time. Just try and remember it for the length of word. So we've still got our minute hand and our hour hand, and we've got our clock. But a clock is a very confusing thing as well when we consider the length of a day. You see, a day is 24 hours long. But on my clock face, I only have 12 hours. Remember our hour intervals? If you don't remember that, go back and watch some of our time lessons from earlier on. But there's only 12 hours on here. And that's because for a full day, from when it's 12 midnight one night till 12 midnight the next night, there's a full 24 hours. And that's because our clock will go round twice. So our hour hand will start at the 12 midnight, it'll go all the way around, it'll get to 12 lunchtime, and it'll go all the way around again until we get back to 12 midnight. And we call the difference between these two AM and PM. Now, from 12 midnight until lunchtime, or 12 noon, those are our AM times. So if I was to say it's 2 AM, that would be 2 in the middle of the night. So it might sound AM, you might know it as morning, but really, we still consider it nighttime, because 2 AM is the middle of the night. I might have 9 AM. Now, for most of you, you're probably in school at 9 AM, because it's still not lunchtime yet, we're still in the morning. Once, however, we get to that 12 noon, that 12 lunchtime, the moment we get 1 second beyond it, here's my second hand going around nice and quickly compared to the other ones, the moment we're 1 second beyond that, we get to PM times, or our afternoon times. And then you've got to be careful, because you might get to 2 PM, and then we're in the middle of the afternoon. You're probably doing a history or a science lesson, something like that when you're in school. But you can't get them muddled up and say, ooh, I was doing history at 2 AM, because that would be the middle of the night. So your task today is nice and simple. You're going to have a look at some AM and PM times and think about what you would be doing at those times, but don't get them muddled up. Otherwise, you might be doing, as I said, science in the middle of the night, and also you might do it the opposite way around, and you might be sleeping in the middle of your lessons. So make sure you think carefully. AM, that's from midnight to lunchtime. PM, well, that's from lunchtime through the evening until midnight again. Get the order the right way around. So that's AM and PM today. Off you go, and send in your work, as always, to Learning Lockdown.